Why did Reconstruction end? With the Compromise of 1877. Imagine a time when the nation was trying to rebuild itself after a brutal civil war. The story of how Black Americans fought for freedom and equality is full of hope and struggle. But one moment changed everything, and it's called the Compromise of 1877. This deal marked the end of Reconstruction, a period when the federal government tried to protect the rights of newly freed Black Americans in the South. The roots of this story go back to the end of the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation. After the war, the United States faced the challenge of integrating millions of formerly enslaved people into society. Reconstruction was the effort to rebuild the South and give Black Americans new rights, like voting and holding office. Federal troops were sent to Southern states to enforce these new laws and protect Black communities from violence. But by the mid-1700s, support for Reconstruction was fading. Many white Southerners, known as Redeemers, wanted to regain control of their states and undo the reforms. They used violence and intimidation to suppress Black voters and restore white supremacy. Meanwhile, the national government was tired of the ongoing conflict and the costs of military enforcement. The election of 1876 was highly disputed. Rutherford B. Hayes, a Republican, ran against Samuel Tilden, a Democrat. Several Southern states had contested electoral votes because of violence and voter suppression. An electoral commission was created to settle the dispute, and it awarded the presidency to Hayes. But there was a catch. To make the deal work, Democrats demanded that federal troops be pulled out of Southern states like Louisiana, South Carolina, and Florida. This agreement, called the Compromise of 1877, was made to ensure Hayes became president. In return, the federal government would withdraw its troops, ending the military's role in protecting Black rights. With the troops gone, white Southern Democrats quickly reasserted control. They passed laws to disenfranchise Black voters and impose segregation, known as Jim Crow laws. For Black Americans, this was a huge setback. The progress made during Reconstruction was almost wiped out. Black leaders lost power, and violence against Black communities increased. The federal government's retreat meant that the promises of freedom and equality were pushed aside. The Compromise of 1877 marked a turning point that led to nearly a century of racial segregation and discrimination in the South. So, the end of Reconstruction was driven by political deals that prioritized peace and Southern white control over the rights of Black Americans. The removal of federal troops symbolized the government's retreat from its commitment to racial equality, shaping the future of race relations in the United States for generations.